Hello, welcome to my new segment, My Daily Life and Some Other Jokes. If you watched the first video of the series, hopefully not, then you know what this is about. This is the segment where I give relationship and dating advices based on my own experience. Yeah, sounds right to me. Basically, you're gonna be receiving dating and love advices from someone who is not dating anyone. Yeah, it's like me giving parents advices about how to raise their children when I don't have any. So I'm gonna be talking about why women should shoot their shot, or make the first move, or take initiative, or however you want to call that. But I have to start by telling you guys my story. And it starts by me liking a guy, as always, because I always like someone. But don't judge me. It's like having a backup plan on top of the backup plan. Yes. So yeah, some months ago, I used to like this guy, and yeah, we were talking for a couple of weeks, and basically nothing was happening. Yeah. So I was getting upset because he wouldn't invite me out. Yeah, just as crazy as it sounds, I was upset because the guy wouldn't invite me out. But I didn't tell him anything. I didn't give him a sign. I didn't tell him like, hey, yeah, I'm interested in you. So I was getting upset and I didn't know what to do. Like, come on. And maybe at this point of this video, you should know what I should have done, but I didn't know back then. And then I went to ask my friend. I went to ask my best friend, who is a girl. Saludo para Rubí. I like this guy, but I don't know what to do. And she was like, Lena, do you tell him? And I was like, no. And she was like, but you should. And I was like, and then she was like, man, we are not the type of women that wait for things to happen to us. We make them happen. Yeah, that's a powerful quote that you should apply to your life, but I decided to apply it to my dating life. Yeah, I don't wait until things happen to me, I make them happen. Yeah, and she was telling me like, hey, you should go, you should tell him, you should like approach him and maybe invite him out. You know what? It makes sense. I'm gonna think about it. And then I needed the perspective of a man, so I went to one of my boyfriends and asked him, and he told me the same thing. Like, he told me, I would love to have a woman to make the first move. Like, that's super nice. So yeah, this is how it starts. So the reason why I didn't want to tell the guy I was into him or make my move, it was because I was afraid. Honestly, I was insecure and I was afraid of being rejected or someone making fun of me or whatever. And basically, after listening what my friends told me, I had the chance to see things from a different perspective and do some research about why women don't do that more often. There are many factors to consider when we talk about women making the first move, right? And something I wanna mention is that everything I'm gonna say in this video is about approaching a guy, making your first move. I'm not talking about pursuing the guy or what goes after you make your move, like what you do in a relationship. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the role of a woman in a relationship. I'm talking about like not even the first stage, but whatever. I think you get it. I'm talking about the move, the first impression. So having that clear, I think we are so used to being approached that we take it for granted. Like, okay, so we think like that is what's supposed to happen. Like, if a guy doesn't approach me, I'm not gonna do anything about it because he's the one supposed to. And I think this is wrong. So in society, we have gender roles. In some cases, I agree with this, but we don't necessarily have to stick with it. We shouldn't see this as a limitation. You're not gonna lose anything by approaching a guy, by making your move, by asking for his number, by asking him out or telling him that you're into him. I think most guys, or the guys that I know, they like confidence. They like seeing a woman who's confident, and there is nothing that shows more confidence than you as a woman approaching a guy or making your move. I think that's pretty sexy. I don't know if I can say that word in YouTube. Well, whatever. So there are some other factors as tradition, paradigms, socialization, and basically fear. Like being afraid, as I mentioned at the beginning, being afraid of being rejected. But guess what? Men are afraid as well of being rejected or being clowned. But still, they tried. So I think we want to have a healthy relationship. We dream about relationships and having a good relationship, but we don't want to take the risk. We don't want to invest. Sometimes, I'm not saying that this is always the case. Besides all these factors like tradition, gender roles, the cultural factor, maybe there are some women that like being approached, that they will never make the move because they want that. They want them to come to them. And that's okay, but you have to mix it up sometimes. And let me put it this way, for your dream job, you don't wait until your dream job comes to you. You go for that dream job. You go for an interview. You shoot your shot. Well, maybe it's a little bit different, but you get the point. So now that we have talked about why women don't shoot their shot more often, why you should, let's talk about the third part of this video. The fact that you approach the guy doesn't mean that it's gonna work. No matter who approaches who, there is always a risk that someone's gonna get played, or it's not gonna work, or whatever. There are many things that can happen along the way. Because I don't want anybody saying like, oh man, Lena told me to do this and this and that and it didn't work. I don't think anybody's gonna mention me like that, but just in case. So we all could get rejected at some point. And so a lot of guys talk about how much they would like to be approached because it takes off the pressure of them initiating the contact or the interaction. And I think a woman who isn't afraid of approaching a guy and knows how to position herself to be approached will definitely have more options than the ones that just wait for them to come. Now, sometimes I mean, let's talk about, I don't know how to put this. What happens if you get rejected? There are many things to take into consideration. First thing first, don't take it personal. Like, I think when you get ghosted or things don't go the way you want, sometimes it's not as personal as it seems. Like maybe you guys just didn't vibe. Maybe it wasn't gonna work. And sometimes it could be personal, because I'm not here to sell you hope. Sometimes it's just the guy didn't find you attractive. But in that case, don't overthink. Just move on. Next. Now, if you see a pattern that, okay, this is happening over and over and over and over, okay, maybe you should, it's you, basically. And you should like think, okay, maybe I have something I have to work on. Maybe I can be better at this. I can be better at that. Maybe it's the way I approach guys. Because, come on, it's not like, I'm telling you this, but it doesn't mean like you're gonna be harassing guys and you're gonna get away with it. No. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean that you don't have to do things properly, okay? So, coming back to business, yes, sometimes it's not gonna work. Sometimes you have things to take care of yourself first. Sometimes it just wasn't the right moment or the right person, okay? But I think based on my personal experience, after like the situation happened some months ago with the guy that I used to like, I think it's fun. I think I feel when being clear, being clear, I didn't talk to the guy that I used to like first. I actually never approached this guy because sometime later I found out that he wasn't the guy, right? He wasn't the one. But then I did it once or twice or 3 times, and I had fun with it. I played with it because it saved me so much time, because instead of me asking all the time like what is gonna happen if he invites me out, what would happen if we actually date, or what would happen if he approached me, instead of like me overthinking all these scenarios, I went for it. And maybe it didn't work, maybe the guy was taken, maybe we talked for a couple of weeks and then that was it. It saved me time. Also, doing this, like approaching the guy, telling him, made me feel so much in control. It made me feel confident, and it made me feel powerful. Like, man, I'm the woman. I do what I want when I want. I'm down to business. So yeah, it's so much fun. And in the meantime of you having fun, one day it's gonna work. That's gonna work, and you're gonna meet your one. And actually, after talking to some of my friends, I found out that there are many of my girlfriends that they met their boyfriend because they made their move, and now they're happy living in a relationship, and that's freaking great. So I think we women, we should break paradigms. We should like start making the move, shooting your shot, and however you want to call it, because I like all this phrases and names and and stuff that people have for it. So for the second part of this video, I'm gonna bring one of my friends, because obviously we need a main perspective when it comes to this subject. And thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. So if you like this video, subscribe, give it a like, share, and whatever you want to do with the video, okay? And thank you so much, and see you in the next video.